Hi, I'm Canine Specialist Marion Froome, and this is Frankie. He's a little reactive French Bulldog having a go at my dog, as you can see. You're going to get the end result in a minute after I have a little chat about reactive and aggressive dogs. There's reasons dogs do this sort of behaviour, and I'm going to have a little chat about it in a minute. You can see Frankie was reactive towards my dog. Now I'm just getting the owner to put a different collar on him, and then he's going to have a little lunge at me. Frankie wants a piece of me. I'm Canine Specialist Marion Froome, and I want to talk to you about anxious and fearful dogs and reactive dogs. So when I was young, there weren't any anxious dogs around. I mean, it was very far and in between that, I could run up to any dog in the street, you could pat them on the head, every dog was happy to see you. And I think there's a couple of things going on here, right? So one of the things I think that's going on is that we're breeding anxious dogs, and that's turning into a nightmare. So we're breeding these lovely looking dogs, but they're anxious, their temperament is anxious, and that comes through in their genetics. So we should not be breeding those dogs. So if you even think about breeding your dog in any way and it's got any sort of anxiety issues or reactive issues or aggression issues, you should not be breeding that dog. It's completely irresponsible. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is the type of dog training that's been happening, and I think this is probably the chunk of why there's so many anxious dogs out there. I think something in dog training's been lost. You know, unless you work with one of the really good trainers. That's why I learn from only the very best trainers. I think there's a lot of YouTube videos out there. There's a lot of influencers which, show what they want on the video, but you actually won't see, like, so if a dog's doing a sit and a down and a stay and it's all lovely and they're showing it in a nice quiet park and there's no distractions around, and that's lovely, but that's not actually proving that that dog can sit, stay down in an environment where there's a lot of distractions. And that's where you've got to be real careful with YouTube videos, all right? So if you're seeing results in an area where there's no distractions, or you're seeing a dog, behind a fence that's not trying to jump over, that's kind of, oh, look how unreactive it is behind a fence. Like, if that dog wasn't behind a fence, let's say there was like another dog. Say this dog was reactive, and there was another dog, and the dog wasn't on a leash, and you could tell that dog to leave it. Now that would be impulse control, right? But if you have a fence there and you tell the dog to leave it and it's not going for it, that's not impulse control. So be really careful about what you're watching on YouTube in that regard, okay? So only look at the very top trainers, look at people that do money back guarantees, things like that, which is why I offer a money back guarantee, because there's so much rubbish out there, and I found a lot of it when I was training my service dogs. So that's a whole nother story. Now, dogs need leadership. Why do they need leadership? Why can't we just let them decide what to do? Why can't we just let them decide when to bark at someone, or when to have a go at someone, or when to go for a walk, or, why don't we just let them do everything? Because dogs are pack animals, and pack animals need clear leadership. Now, anybody that tells you anything else, don't get them as a trainer. And don't listen to them, because I can tell you now, with all the reactive dogs I have worked with, once we give them clear boundaries and limitations and explain to them in their language what they should and shouldn't do, that dog is so much more happy. The people are always amazed how happy and calm these dogs are. They're like, I've never seen this dog so calm and relaxed. I mean, that Frankie, you probably saw the reactive French Bulldogs that I was working with. He was like, after I did the first lot of training, he was like on his back and rolling around, and the owners were just like, he's so calm and relaxed. Like, I don't understand, just from us telling him he can't do certain things, that he's so calm and relaxed. And that's what happens, because dogs are pack animals. They need a leader. They don't want to be making the decisions. They want you to make the decisions. They constantly want to look to you for guidance. And if you're not giving it to them, they're going to take that into their own hands, and they're going to make the decisions, but they're going to be really unhappy about it. And that's what's driving anxious dogs. 95% of aggressive dogs are actually just anxious. And that's one thing we really need to remember. It's very, very rare that a dog loves being aggressive. It's like 5%. So 95% of all aggression cases are just the dog being anxious and having a go at the other dog or having a go at people around it before they have a go because they see it as a threat. And when you take charge, they go, oh, okay, you're going to take charge. I don't need to worry anymore. Wonderful. And they start relaxing and they become happy. So if your dog's anxious and reactive, please, please, please work with a good trainer. Someone with good reviews, someone with insurance, all right? I don't get enough people asking me when they come in as my clients if I have insurance. And I think this is a big thing. If they don't have insurance, they shouldn't be a dog trainer. Okay, the other thing I do with my clients is I give them a money back guarantee, which means if I don't fix the problem, I'm going to give you your money back. And I think if someone's not prepared to do that and they're not prepared to back themselves as a trainer, then you shouldn't be working with them at all. All right. So that's all I have to say about anxious dogs and reactive dogs. If you like this video, you can subscribe on my YouTube. You can follow me on Facebook, or I've got an Instagram account as well. But I'll speak to you guys soon, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. See ya. Bye. Hey, so here is Frankie again after 10 minutes of me working with him in our first session. It was only a half-hour session, guys, so here he is not reacting to my dog. We did things just like letting him getting sniffed by my dog on his backside so he realised he wasn't going to die. Getting him closer to him, pushing him out of his little bubble that he's been living in for the last 2 years. You can see he's quite happily non-reactive. He's not reacting with me walking past, which is lovely. He's not launching himself at me anymore, and he's a lot more relaxed. Still a lot of homework to do. Like I said, it's only the first half-hour session. See, he's hiding here under his dad's feet, and sometimes dogs do that to be protective as well, so it's not great. And you can see the owner kind of moves him out of that, which is good. Look, there he is, nice and relaxed. And the owner was absolutely stoked at this point. I mean, this was going to take 6 months with another trainer. And this is, he actually had 2 trainers before me. So this is the other this is Frankie again and his little sibling there. She's actually needs a little bit of work, but that's all right. Look at that. My dog's just sniffing Frankie. He's absolutely fine with it. He doesn't care. So still some work to do for Frankie, but look, the owners have got clear instructions. They can go and have a coffee without worrying that the dog's going to lunch. If you like this, subscribe, and I'll speak to you soon.